live.
Let me know when everybody can see what's going on. It says meeting is now streaming live on Facebook.
I think, all right, 1 second. Now this should be good.
Recording.
Yep.
Marlon, are we live?
We are live.
All right. Well, this is Aftertaste for First Taste TV. And we've got all of these amazing people with companies that were highlighted in the first season. So this is so fantastic to be able to interact with everybody and kind of touch base and see what you thought about season 1. And I'm the moderator. My name's Sharon Schaefer on First Taste TV. I contributed teeny little culinary tidbits called Chef Check. And we hope that you enjoyed every single one of the episodes.
I thought they were fantastic. I love them.
Marlon, you thought they were fantastic.
I
Well,
did.
I'm really curious. Having all of these people on together, I want to hear from a couple of people. Just give me a wave if you've got a really great answer. What was your favorite episode and why? Let's share with our audience what really captivated you. So give me a little bit of wave if you're on the call and you've got a great answer.
And make sure you say who you are too, in case for some strange reason somebody did not see your episode.
So when you wave your hand, I'll call you out. Norm, go ahead, tell us who you work for. And
I'm Norm with Rich Products, and I think my favorite episode was Nardone's, because I met Vinny, I met Peter, I met Johnny, Nick, George. I mean, I met the whole Nardone family, and then, then some. It was like everyone just kept coming out of the woodworks. It's like, God, how many people are in Vinny's family? So, and I know Vinny, so I was like, I enjoyed that. I thought it was really great seeing the entire family and the background of everyone involved with the family. So
I really wish that you guys got a chance to see the full episode because it was absolutely hilarious. So the actual theme of the episode was I was supposed to try and become a Nardone, and I was going around the facility trying different jobs and failing at them all. So maybe we'll get that next time we cut.
nice.
So Christmas party outtakes. I need to see that, Marlon.
Yes.
Yeah. I also saw a wave from Wanda. Wanda, tell us who you work for and what was your favorite moment?
All right. Well, I will tell you that I work for Super Bakery Incorporated. Wanda McDowell is my name. And you know what? I can't really say my favorite moment was when Amanda caught that reduced sugar lemon slice in that one take. That caught me by surprise. That was actually an exciting moment for me. But I think an aha moment was I've learned so much from Menu Logic and so much that I didn't know. And they were so different from everybody else and what they could bring to the table to kind of help all sides, like the manufacturing side, the things that they can bring to the table for menus. And that was just an aha moment that I really enjoyed finding out something that, you don't typically hear at a food show.
Yeah, it's hard to something that's totally new.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. It's so mind-blowing to think about your most popular item might not be making you the most money. So
That's right.
That switch in your brain, but we need to go back to the lemon slice because I need to know the real deal. Our viewers deserve to know, was it actually one take?
Yeah. Okay, man.
Oh, it was one take.
Sue and Courtney, who are both there.
They can witness.
Yeah, absolutely. First
Oh,
take.
you're on mute. We can't hear you, Courtney.
One take.
Applause to Amanda because not only is that fantastic, but I mean, with the
Amanda, why does she always get all the credit? What about me? I'm the one
that flow was so
Marlon
perfect, Marlon.
Thank you. Thank
You
you.
had the arch going.
Finally, someone
the
showed me some
eye-to-mouth
love.
contact. Yeah.
If Marlon wouldn't have served it up perfectly, she wouldn't have been able to catch it so
I'm
well.
with
Thank
Marlon.
you.
very
Thank
good
you,
point,
Sue.
Sue. This is a very good point. It was a
It's teamwork, right?
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's right.
That's right.
Super team.
I'm going to give Marlon some credit. I think Marlon needs some attention, so I will give him some credit.
That's my man right there.
Yes. I loved when he got busted on our episode for having swapped out the meal. And he tried to play it off like it didn't happen, and then the instant replay totally caught him like swapping out his own meal. So credit to Marlon. You did a great job of trying to fake that.
I have no idea what you were talking about.
Who was paying attention to the episode that Marlon had to dress up? Are we allowed to say this? Is this like, does everybody know? Marlon is Chef Marlon.
Oh, yeah.
I think I know that
Yes.
most intimately. I did have my arms wrapped around him.
Oh, I definitely think, and Jeff, our creative director, has dubbed Allison as getting the best sport award for that episode.
Very.
Easily.
Sharon, nobody knows who you are, Morin. Tell everyone who you are and what you've done.
I am Sharon Morin with SROC Partners. We partnered with Marlon and Amanda on the production and planning and editing of First Taste TV. We had a blast doing it too.
And how horrible is Amanda to work with? She must be the worst. The
So
absolute
untrue.
worst.
Sharon,
Amanda is delightful to work with.
Well, how
She's
about
so
when-
needy and demanding.
How about when Marlon was the super donut?
Oh, that was adorable.
That was fun.
Yeah,
That was
Red
fun.
tights. Yeah, looking good in the red tights.
no, I still think, Allison, you get MVP for just the hot mess that you made on set. And it was the end of the day for everybody else. And I think I turned to Brian, our editor, and I said, can you please edit all the judgment out of my face? Because I was so upset because the kitchen was getting was a wreck. There was sour cream like everywhere. I was afraid it was going to get on the ceiling. I mean, you really went for it, girl.
Thank
Yeah. Yeah, you were the star of that episode. Easily. I was smelling sour
really
cream
do
for
this?
days
You
afterwards.
did.
Ooh. Yeah,
it
I
was-
know
it was
I
bad.
couldn't play. I was like, whatever you guys want me to do, I can ham it up. Here we go.
You did. You absolutely did.
Did anybody else have we talked a little bit about your favorite moment, a little bit of an aha moment, but did anybody else have something that was really funny, surprising behind the scenes? A little sidebar to maybe it was edited out and our viewers don't know what actually went down. Let's spill it. Oh, Kevin Wilson's got his
No,
hand.
Kevin,
I'll-
you're disconnected.
Yeah, I won't go through all of them, but I think there were several interesting moments. Like one of my favorites that was like the AmTab one, because at first I'm like, it's tables. How are we going to do a whole episode on?
Oh, we lost Kevin.
Be gone.
About and that turned out
Been
great.
too good.
People don't. There
There
you
it is.
go.
You're back.
Am I back? All right. So what happened on the back end of that is people don't know there was a second room that we shot in, and there was no air conditioning back there, and it was about 100 degrees.
Yes, it was.
And everybody was back there doing their own thing on that episode and just trying to keep the perspiration off of people. And, some of us were in front of fans watching on a monitor while Marlon and Amanda and others were sweating it out. But I would say from behind the scenes, people may not appreciate how much it was trying to get a lot done in a little bit of space. And there was a lot of sweat equity to went into some of those episodes.
Norm, what do you think about all the sweat equity?
Well, we were before them, and so Marlon and I were. I didn't change. I just put the unicorn outfit on, and I was sweating in that thing. And
should've got naked
fans,
like me,
the air
Norm.
conditioners were in there, but they were blowing fans into the kitchen. So that room that you were talking about, yeah, it was. I think it was 100 degrees and 100% humidity at the same time. In that
I agree
room.
with that.
You can
I
see
think
my
you're just
hair
salty because you
get
lost.
bigger. If you watch the episode, it just like soaks up all the humidity and just gets larger and larger. But I mean, Nora and Marlon, I think we did that. We did that entire scene in one take just to get it done. So we could get out of the room. I felt so bad for an amazing production crew who actually had to set up all the equipment and then go in and film. And I mean, I ran out of there as quickly as I could, but it was definitely a hot one.
I just wanted to say shout out to all of you guys. Whenever the production team heard that we were planning on doing all of our shoots like in one take, they thought we were out of our minds. I was like, these people do this all day long at trade shows, day after day after day. If anybody can do something in 1 or 2 takes, it's them. And you guys absolutely nailed it. And Lindsay, we had plenty of talks about it. You were absolutely petrified. You talked to me for weeks about how you didn't want to do it, and you got on camera and you nailed it in one take.
Rockstar.
Killed it.
That's not my natural experience. That's for sure. Like, I am not doing this at shows. I'm new at this. So.
You
I'm
were
a school
rookie.
nutrition director. That's not my forte.
The call has never been videoed before. Give a little wave to the audience if this was not only your first taste, but it was your first taste of TV.
Oh yeah.
We have all pros, Allison's.
That was my first time.
Yeah.
Lindsay,
No.
have you been on TV before?
No, like an interview, like a local TV interview. We did a school. That made me equally as nervous. So yeah. Probably a little more because that was live. So this, I knew that if I screwed up too badly, hopefully we could edit it out. But
Yeah. No, absolutely. So here's a question for you guys. And I know that the viewers really, really, really want to know this. What do you expect to see in season 2? Because we're not done yet. I mean, we all agree on that. This was a fabulous success. This was a great opportunity for school nutrition directors and school nutrition employees. My staff has never been able to go to national conference. So a lot of what you taught them came through First Taste TV, and they wouldn't have that experience otherwise. So what do you guys think season 2 is going to be about? And I see Mr. Purcell raising
Yeah,
your
so I'm Mike Purcell. I'm with LTI. I don't know if you remember our episode, but we were the beautiful Florida school dining room and new servery area, and Willis nailed it. First time ever on TV, but so I would love to find out from your viewers what they want to learn. And I would love to see some type of a survey sent out to see what would help them with the challenges moving forward. So, you know, a lot of these people on the screen here are providing solutions to folks. So what are your problems? What are your challenges? What do you need to learn from us? Because there's a ton of experience right here in this Zoom room. And I know that we have knowledge in a lot of different areas and we love to share it. That's why we're all here. But I will say one thing. I had a meeting earlier with Marlon, and he did say his favorite episode was the LTI one. So I wasn't supposed to tell them.
I did not say that. I don't pick favorites, although that was a fun episode.
he told us the same thing. So
He got to go to Florida.
The LTI episode was our very first episode filming, and that was a lot of fun. And we did a great job. And Willis, thank you so much because you did a fantastic job. I almost feel like you carried us throughout the whole entire episode. So it's a good job. Hats off to you, sir.
Marlon, thank you. And it was a pleasure working with you guys. I was amazed how at the very beginning of the video, we were standing outside in Florida at Mount Dora High School, and the sun was burning our corneas. And you, Amanda, looked so happy. I was like, it was just amazing.
So
But just to add on to that, talking about what I think the audience might want to see, I know what I would like to see is maybe from a cafeteria or a kitchen that is renovated before, during, and after, and see the whole process from start to finish.
that would be cool.
I think that would be pretty cool to see an episode like that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So could we renovate the menus too?
I think that would be awesome.
Ooh.
Right?
That would be neat.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It was like Allison from JTM, just piggybacking on what Willis had to say, seeing a product from ideation to R&D and then to production, that would be pretty cool.
Absolutely. Oh, those are great, fun ideas. I love that. So I heard from a couple of you that Marlon said it was his favorite episode. Marlon, are you behaving like a mother where you tell all your children they're the favorite?
Yes. Yes, I am. You guys are all my favorites.
Good job. That's the way you do it, Marlon.
You're my favorite, and you're my favorite.
I will admit though that I will tell you which episode was not my favorite. And that was the Boss Awards, because after shooting for 3 days straight, 10-hour days, that was the very last thing that we filmed. And it was tiring. We were tired at that point, weren't we, Amanda?
We were really tired. So fun on studio sidebar. So we actually shot this for all our viewers, and Brooke, you weren't there. So this was cool, right? It was actually someone's house. Like, this was their studio apartment.
Wait, hold on a second though. Hold on a second. Brooke
What?
does CrossFit, right?
Brooke does do CrossFit.
The people that owned this box, it wasn't a house, it was like a CrossFit box. They had ropes, they had kettlebells, they had all sorts of CrossFit equipment there. It was awesome. And nobody would let me climb the rope. All I wanted to do was climb the rope one time, and they wouldn't let me do it.
In the unicorn.
Yes! In the costume. In the
That would have been
onesie.
great. That would have been great TV.
It would have made great TV.
Yeah.
Marlon asked to climb the rope the first day on like the minute. I don't even think it was the first day of filming. I think it was the day before.
It was the day before.
Marlon sees the rope and he's like, "Can I climb the rope?" I'm like, "Not now. Like, we have 4 days of shooting. You are not getting injured on day 0."
So after we set up all the camera equipment, Marlon and I we went to Target and we bought things we needed. So we go back to set the next morning and we see the owners as we're walking into the building, and we're talking to the guy and we said, "Hey, if we put our beer in your fridge, you can drink our beer." So we had like his real fridge in his real house, like full of beer. So we were like drinking Coronas basically after 4 o'clock. We would pop a Corona because it was such a long day. But Sharon, big shout out to Maureen down in my corner, because all I wanted in this world was a red tea kettle. And this girl went out and found my red tea kettle. Kevin Wilson, it must go in her performance review.
Kettle, let me write that down. I got it. Red kettle, she was all over it. Perfect.
Yep.
Something
Thank you.
sunflowers too. Amanda shows up on set and she's right away the visionary. Amanda, tell us.
So I said, "Oh, we need some flowers for this vase." And the next day, Nadine, what did you bring us?
Sunflowers, of course. What else can I bring working for Sun Butter? And I want you all who filmed after that to say thank you, because every time I see those sunflowers in your videos, I'm like, "There's the flowers."
We kept them.
Nadine, you read our minds. We were going to get sunflowers for the set, and I show up the next day and I was like, "Who got the sunflowers?" I thought I was getting the sunflowers, and you read our minds. They were perfect.
Thanks to the florist in Rosemont that the hotel gave me. There you go.
Shout out to them.
The couple of people we haven't said hello to, and that's people on our team. Hallie Burkhart, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hi, I'm Hallie. I'm from Andalusia. I'm sure no one really knows where that is.
I know where it is.
Okay, besides you.
It's in Alabama. It's where I send your checks.
Right. Basically like a town of 10,000 people-ish. So if y'all are ever in town, I'll probably know about it. Just let me know.
And what did you do? What did you do on set?
Anything you needed.
Yes, exactly. Nailed it.
Best part of Hallie. Best part of Hallie, by the way, is she's run around the whole 4 days that we're shooting, and then the night of the wrap party, she shows up in a walking boot, and I'm like, "What is happening? How did I not see this the whole time?"
It was a long week. It was a long week.
But she wasn't wearing the boot because of us. Something happened before.
Right. That's what we're gonna tell people.
Oh, come on. And we have Bree on the line too. Bree, introductions.
Hi everybody, I'm Bree. I am officially the new director of marketing for Next Gen Network and First Taste TV, and it's the best job. I'm so excited that I get to work with all of you, hopefully next season as well. But on set, basically, we did anything and everything that Marlon and Amanda needed for season 1 to go smoothly. And the final product was everything we could have asked for, regardless of everything that was needed behind the scenes. But, you know, I was there with the camera capturing all of our crazy moments and some bloopers, and it was just the best. It was the best time, and I can't wait for season 2.
Us too. And we could not have made this happen without our team. They were absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Well, one of the people I'm actually going to call out is our incredible chef, Chef Sharon. Nobody knows this. So the reason, and everyone keeps asking, mostly Marlon's family, how come you didn't change your outfits? Well, the reason was, folks, that we shot all of these videos kind of in segments and across a specific number of days. So Sharon Warren wouldn't let me change my clothes. Just for continuity, and we coupled them. I don't know. It's all this TV nonsense.
And it was a big deal because we were excited to go buy a bunch of new outfits and change our clothes and look nice on TV for
Sharon was so upset when she heard that she had to tell us we could not change our outfits. We already had plans. We already had things we were doing. But Sharon Schaefer, thank God, was the last person we shot on camera, because this woman, you put her in front of this camera and it was like, you know, the light shone through the window and she was like glowing, and she would do these things in one take. And we said, we are so glad we're done filming after we saw you grace everyone with your incredible stage presence. Can you tell us a little bit about how you became so amazing?
Oh my goodness, that's a lot. So as a little, you know how everybody's like, what did you want to do when you were a little girl or a little boy? Like fulfill that dream. Well, when I was little, I'm raised with 6 brothers and sisters. There's 6 of us total. My dad took a day off work one year and said, I will spend one day with each of the 6 kids, because he worked all the time. And the kids are like, oh, you know, bring me to the store, buy me a sweater. My day, I get one day with Dad, and I said, I want you to make me famous. Day with Dad. I grew up in Northeast New Jersey. We went into Manhattan. We did headshots. We got an agent. I did Smucker's jelly commercials, Bennigan's Blues Busters. And then all of a sudden, I couldn't make the cheerleading squad anymore because I showed up with stage makeup, and no makeup allowed back in the 90s. So I canceled all of that after my dad's investment and said, well, gosh, if I can't do high school cheerleading, why would I want to be an actress and model? I know, my poor dad. And when I went to college, I went to the Culinary Institute of America, and they had an internship at the Food Network. And I was one of the lucky recipients of that internship. And it was just a dream job. First of all, 21 years old, living in New York City.
The food.
But the food. And I worked with famous chefs from around the world, 9 to 5 at the Food Network. And then I would say, hey, I don't work nights and weekends. Can I come to your restaurant? And I got to work with Marcus Samuelson, Gramercy Tavern, you name it. All of the places that were popular in 1997. I just totally aged myself. But watching the great people at the Food Network, how they composed themselves, how they prepared for demos, it just really inspired me. I loved it. And I love bringing that to K-12 because I feel like our food for kids is the most important food. Our customers are not stupid. We cannot treat them like they're just children. They know more about food at their age than we ever did when we were at their age. And when we treat them with that level of respect, and when we train our staff at just that, you know, let's bring it. K-12, let's bring it. That's.
Well, you definitely Sharon, brought it on First Taste TV, and you're like filming that tiny little segment with you. I was absolutely terrified. Like the whole time I'm thinking, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up, because you're in the presence of greatness right now. That was the only one I was nervous for.
No.
It was good times. So Courtney, what are you wearing, Courtney? I think you're missing something.
What are you talking about, Marlon? You want me to?
You're missing the head, like the top of your costume.
Can you hear me, Sharon?
I can. Yeah. What's up?
So what else do you do besides being their chef?
Yeah, I'm director of food and nutrition services in Gretna, Nebraska. We're the fastest growing school district in the state of Nebraska. So a couple of years ago, we had a few thousand kids. Now we have over 6,000. In a few more years, we'll have 10,000. I've been the executive chef at other districts in Nebraska, and I own a company called The Evolution of the Lunch Lady. And I help folks in industry, I help school nutrition directors, anyone that would just like to learn more about K-12, I'm at your service.
So you go from Gramercy Tavern to Nebraska.
I do. Yeah, I followed a boy.
Okay, I had a feeling.
It happens.
When we were in culinary school, my husband, while I was in New York City, he was in Arizona learning how to brew beer and all the food that you put with beer. And when we graduated, I went to Cincinnati, Ohio, and I was a wedding planner and did, just gorgeous, beautiful food on that realm. And he opened the Venetian in Las Vegas. And then we decided to move to Omaha, get married, have a couple of kids, couple of dogs.
That is cool.
Does he have a brewery there?
We don't have a brewery. My husband decided to change careers and he's an attorney. Which I don't mind.
Hey, where'd Courtney go?
Yeah, I think we have a special guest coming on camera. Oh, yeah. It's my best friend, the Super Donut.
Hey, Super Donut. Courtney, can you turn your background off though? Because you're fading into your beautiful background.
I don't know if she can with that thing on. I know what it's like. Believe me, it's not easy. So leading up to that segment in the episode, I almost died falling down the stairs trying to walk up in that costume. Can't see anything. The shoes are literally like 3 feet long. It was pretty sketchy. Pretty sketchy. Courtney saved my life. I'm indebted to you.
I think she did accomplish change in the background. Way to go, Super
Look at that. She is skilled.
Donut.
Nice.
So Wanda or Sue, correct me if I'm wrong, Courtney was the original Super Donut, right?
Yes. Well, pretty much.
Courtney, what was that like? Come back and tell us about it.
Right along with Pennsylvania.
So Courtney, you were the OG donut. What was that like back in the day? When did you start with Super Donut?
It was actually probably about 98.
Okay.
Yeah, I was probably about 17. I attended the food shows, and those lunch ladies used to whip me around on the dance floor, and I was a hurting puppy the next day, that's for sure. My legs were sore, my arms were sore, I couldn't move.
Lunch ladies love to dance. But that's okay because I do too.
They do get together at conferences. You have amazing parties. Truly, the music, the dancing, it's really fantastic. So the chef part of my heart needs to ask everybody in the group a question. Give a wave if you've got an answer. What was your favorite recipe? What is the thing that you watched on an episode and you were like, I gotta eat that? I see Melissa Martin. Give it a wave. What was your favorite recipe?
Actually, when you did the tacho switch to breakfast tachos, I mean, because when I see the products used so perfectly in the trends, the trends that are going on, and they can cross over so many. So substituting, nutritious eggs, which are an inexpensive or more inexpensive protein, and showing how it's on trend really made me happy to see. And to that end, it was the collaboration among, the different vendors and the number of opportunities that I had to see mushrooms and eggs showing naturally in the many school products that we had to view and you had to taste. So that's what I loved is seeing those organically showing up across the segments. But I did love it when you did the tachos because it is one of our favorites and so easy to do. And even in this day and age, a nice breakfast bowl on the go, less messy than cereal in the classroom. So no, I
think it was you that said in your episode, put things on the menu 3 times, 3 ways.
That is what I've always been taught. I don't know if you were taught that, but in operations,
We call it a menu mix. And if you're going to invest in a product, if you can showcase that 3 times 3 ways, it reduces your freezer, dry storage, and refrigerator inventory because you're using it throughout your cycle instead of just one time. So by having breakfast tachos, lunch tachos, tots on the side on a different thing, it gives you that flexibility. So yeah, what other favorite recipes do we have? I've got my chef brain's got to know, Mr. Purcell, and then we'll go to Wanda.
No, because I love sun butter so much, I love eating it. There are certain things when I go to a trade show that I look for. I'm not going to mention all of them because some of you may or may not be participants of it. But sun butter is one because I love sun butter. And I think they made like a wrap of some sort, like a sunberry wrap or something like that. Is that right, Nadine?
That would be it. Sunberry crunch wrap.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't think that that product would blend with so many different things, but it's amazing. If anybody's ever had like a salad at a Thai restaurant where you've got that flavor coming through, it really kind of marries up like that. I think one time at a show, I had a pickle dipped in sun butter, and I'm like a real pickle freak. And I'm like, there's no way this is going to be any good. And I ate it. And I'm like, oh my God, I was proven wrong.
I can attest to the fact that we feed Mike lunch almost all the time at the food shows, and I appreciate that.
There's a couple others on this Zoom call that actually feed me too. They just don't know that. So.
Well, Wanda always feeds me chocolate donuts or chocolate muffins, so I'm good with that.
Yeah, yes, yeah, and ironically enough, now that was my favorite too, Mike. I actually emailed Nadine and said, I need that recipe. I need that recipe. So that is exactly what I was going to say, that wrap with the sun butter. And I have a peanut allergy kid in my house, and I was like, we are doing that. So that was one of my favorite also because it was so unique. And Nadine is all things super chocolate.
Yes.
so now she's able to return the favor.
Well, and sun butter on chocolate would be really good.
Yes. Some Super Bakery chocolate and sun butter. We're a match made in heaven.
Can I tell my Super Bakery story from when I was a director?
No. Oh, yeah. I think I remember.
So when I used to work for a large urban school district as a cafeteria manager, and then I became the director at a smaller rural district. And in my original district, Buffalo City Schools, we used Super Bakery products all the time. And I loved the original chocolate donut. I loved it to death. So I became a director in another district and they didn't use any Super Bakery. How is that possible? So as I gradually introduced them to the kids, the chocolate donut, for whatever reason, I certainly can't understand, it didn't go over really well. So I used to order 1 case every year at the beginning of the year and put it in the freezer at the high school. And when I needed my chocolate fix, I used to go and get a frozen chocolate donut.
You know,
we get that all the time. Except we get that with the bread slices now a lot.
I was just gonna say that, Wanda. True confessions. I know that my managers, and I hope some of them are watching through the Facebook. I know who you are, and I am so excited when they're squirreling away their Super Bakery slice in the freezer. And it's delicious.
I literally used to stash them in my desk at Pasco. Like you'd open my drawer, it's all Super Bakery. Everything's right there.
No, for me, it's the crumb cake. My kids don't come back to school for 2.5 weeks. Oh, that was on my teacher catering order, you know.
Hey, Amanda, you don't know who's watching you right now.
Right.
Hey, but speaking of people watching us, I believe Lincoln Yee is on the phone right now. Lincoln, are you there?
Hey, I'm here.
Lincoln, are you 216?
Yeah, I was like, who is this? And then Tara told me Lincoln's on. I was like, Lincoln, why aren't you on video? You're killing us. I want to see your beautiful face.
We've been ignoring because I didn't know. You need to tell us, did you have a favorite moment on or off camera?
I lost that. I didn't hear that. Say that again.
Did you have a favorite moment on or off camera?
Let's see. favorite moment. I really liked being on camera. It was kind of cool, engaging. I was kind of nervous at first, but then once I kind of relaxed, it's like, no, this was kind of cool. So I think just being in the discussion mode with you guys was really the most engaging part, the fun part.
How about Lincoln?
But I recall the most funny part is that Amanda says to me, she says, squat down and blow yourself off, cool yourself off, because I was sweating profusely.
Yeah, there was, as Lincoln was talking, I could watch the sweat beads like just dripping down his forehead. It was hilarious. And Amanda, being the awesome person, she was like, "Hey, let's cut."
We need a break.
Lincoln. Took care of him.
I did dust you off, Lincoln, but tell everyone how we hadn't seen you the night before, and we got so excited when we saw you across a restaurant. We jumped up from our table and ran across the restaurant, and then we got yelled at because we were not wearing.
We almost got kicked out.
We got corrected. We weren't obeying the COVID rules.
I know, but I mean, I think that just is a testament to, who you are and the people who were at your table too. But, we get so excited to be together, and, this is a time when people aren't together. So I was just texting our team, and I'm like, this is way better than I ever thought it was going to go. This is so much fun. Thank you guys all for being here. Yeah, Chef, what else you got back there?
I need to hear from Brooke. We've got a little, Thor vibe that you're throwing.
Thor?
Must be the beard.
Hey, Brooke, you've been in TV before, and when all right, I'll tell you a secret. So when we were first on the call with you, we were like, oh my gosh, we have to impress Brooke. Like we need to up our game and like get it. So Brooke, how did we do? Did we do well?
Oh yeah, your production quality was amazing. And I really liked Pat a ton. He was a lot of fun to work with. And so one of the different things about ours is that we were not able to go to Chicago, COVID rules and our companies being very cautious. So we weren't allowed to travel, which is why we had to do the Skype episode, which was, going to be pretty challenging. But I think it came together really well, and everybody was fun to work with. And DJ came down to do the filming. He was awesome, and so we had a really good time. So we kind of got in trouble too, because we took the mask off for the filming part, and we were making sure that we followed our rules. But I will say this. I didn't know what to expect, because I didn't get to see any of the set or anything, so we didn't know what it was going to look like till that first episode came out. And of course I was sitting here watching it, trying to see what happened. And I think the production value and the content and the quality, I thought was really quite good. I definitely had high marks for it. Now, having worked with Kevin and Sharon before, I think they're brilliant, and they do really good work. So I was not surprised that it came out so well.
Yeah, one of our biggest concerns, not really concerns, but we wanted to make sure that it didn't seem like this was our first time. Like we wanted to make sure that we were the best for our partners and the best for the viewers. Didn't want to seem like rookies. I felt like a rookie, especially working alongside Amanda, who could actually be like a real talk show host. But we're so happy to have you guys all on the show, and we're glad you guys enjoyed your time, and I'm glad it was beneficial for you.
Hey, Marlon, who was it? I need you to spill a little bit of dirt on here. Who was it that said that whoever hired Amanda to play her part did a great job?
That was, oh, wow. It was from our production team. Dave? Did Dave say it? Was it whose wife walked by the computer and she was like,
"Oh, Dave's wife." Yeah.
Yeah, it was Dave's wife. Yeah, I guess. So Dave was doing everything from home, right? Working from home like everybody does right now, most of us. And his wife walked by the computer and she was like, "Did they hire an actress to play that person?" And Dave's like, "No, like she's the food service director." Like
Amanda role, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And now playing the part of Amanda.
Yeah.
maybe on season 2, we have different people fill in and be Amanda and Marlon as part of the spoof, because
That would be funny.
it wasn't all it was all content. It was all fantastic, but you guys had a little bit of fun too. I mean, I saw cars jumping over Marlon. I saw food coming through your arm.
I almost died twice filming First Taste TV.
Oh my
The
God.
first time Amanda almost killed me with the unicorn on top. Thank you, Norm. So after the episode,
That was a rigged competition, so don't.
I don't know
thank
what you're talking
me,
about.
Thank Amanda.
Don't know what you're talking about. So we take a picture and Amanda is putting on top in my face, but she holds it there in my face for a good 20 seconds for one picture. I almost suffocated and died.
You
Thanks to
needed
Amanda.
to eat, right?
She tried to kill me.
And
She tried to kill me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think Amanda-
Mountain Mike's truck, that 3 times I almost died. That was brutal. But it was all fun. It was all worth it.
I think Marlon did all the
Filming
dirty
that.
work, and Amanda was unscathed throughout all the episode, came out nice and clean. So I think in season 2, I think that maybe a surprise will come her way with
Yep.
something, because every episode nice and clean, came out
Looking
all
all
smiling.
pretty
Where
and
Marlon,
everything.
after every episode came out, needed to take a shower or get cleaned up by the people on stage. I think that's I think something needs to change for season 2.
Norm, not to
Yeah.
correct you, but he's got to contribute something.
Melissa, why are you always ripping on me?
Oh,
What did I do to you, Melissa?
His culinary skills are lacking,
Hey.
so he had a role to.
Hey, I can chop a mushroom.
Marlon, how's the heat on that burn?
Hey, I can chop a mushroom, all right? It takes me a few tries, but I can do it.
What is that? I said it's a mushroom slicer. You said
Whatever, same
I
thing.
said it slices mushrooms.
I did say
Slice an egg. So Norm, you know how to slice an egg. Come on.
Yeah. I told Amanda after we filmed that I would like to see her strut her stuff a little bit in season 2, because in preparation for all this, which there's a lot of prep, we'd see Amanda at the office in her work uniform and doing her thing. I'm like, Amanda, you're not just a pretty face. Next you see
Oh, Kevin.
what I'd like to see in season 2.
So Kevin and Sharon were, so I was actually, I purchased for my staff during COVID, I purchased, lobsters were on sale. So I went and I purchased 8 different lobsters. So I'm actually on a call with Sharon and Kevin on a video while I'm lazy man cracking 10 lobsters for my staff, just going at it. And they're just watching me how do you do that? Which I'm from New England. This is what we do on a Tuesday is we shuck lobsters. So, yeah, Kevin, come over anytime. I got you.
I'm coming this weekend, so I'll be there. I'll pop by your house.
Gosh, well, this has been so much fun. I want any closing thoughts that you might have that you would love the viewers to hear, a little tidbit. If you haven't had an opportunity to say who you are and who you work for, let's get that out there. Let them know if you've worked in K-12, because I think that it's so compelling to know that people that are in support of directors and school nutrition professionals across the country, that you've actually walked the walk. You've been in our shoes and you know exactly what our challenges are. So in closing, let us know, remind us who you are, who you work for, and if there's any last minute tidbits. Let's go ahead and start with Sue.
I work for Super Bakery. Been with them almost 30 years that we've been in school food service, and just quality, innovation, and nutrition is our key elements to everything. And that's what we live by every day as we develop new products for solutions for the school food service directors.
I love that. I love that. Why don't we go through all of our Super Bakery partners?
Okay, I'll go next. Wanda McDowell with Super Bakery. And, I was just so excited to be a part of First Taste TV, not for the information that we would get out, partly so, but, I was looking forward to an opportunity to connect with our industry. You know, I just thought this was going to be perfect, and I wanted to be a part of something that was trying to engage and connect in such a time where we could not be together. And so I was so pleased with how that turned out, and it just gave us an opportunity to engage, and you guys provided that. So we were just wonderful and wonderfully excited to be a part of it.
Awesome. We have one more person from Super Bakery. Do I have that right?
Yes, that's me. I'm Courtney. I'm with Super Bakery.
Sorry. Go ahead, Courtney.
Actually, I'm Sue's daughter, so we'll put that out of the way, you know, the mother-daughter team. I was super nervous to film. I had armpit sweat for days. Like, it was awful. I took one for the team, the super team, obviously. I just have one question though, and this is for Marlon. Did you get your autograph yet?
So, yes, I did.
All right.
So don't take this the wrong way, but Amanda and I had a conversation, and we were talking. We're like, we're gonna be in front of a lot of people. Like, this is gonna be we think this is gonna be a big deal, right? Because we want to help a lot of people. So that was a goal, get in front of a lot of people. And I was like, what if we get to the day, like, what if we're signing autographs like 2 years from now? And Amanda's like, there's no way anybody's going to want your autograph. Isn't that right, Amanda? Isn't that what you said? And how many autographs did we sign for some strange reason? I mean, I signed a few by request.
You know, Lincoln, since it happened on camera and, you know, there was someone there to video document, I'm pretty sure you set us up.
I did not ask Lincoln to ask us for an autograph.
It was so thick though, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was good times. Thank you for that, Lincoln, by the way, because now I want to bet, and Amanda owes me a steak dinner.
We have one more Super Bakery partner, right?
What was that?
No, that's it.
Nope. That's
Sue, Courtney, and Wanda.
And let's go around. So we started with Sue. Let's go to Nadine. Nadine, let us know who you work for and if you've got any last minute thoughts for our crowd.
Nadine on behalf of Sun Butter, and yes, I do. Having been a school food service director and being in trepidations about the opening day of school way back when, I just want to give a great big shout out to all of you out there now getting school underway under circumstances that none of us could ever have imagined. And remember that every single one of us here and everybody that you see at a food show is there to help you. So if you need help, I bet you can pick up the phone and call almost any single one of us and we'll be there to help you out.
Yep.
That is
Absolutely.
That is great.
That was great, Nadine.
Brooke, tell us one more time who you work for and any parting thoughts.
Brooke or
Sure. Actually, I'm a wildling of the north, but that's fine. You know, it's splitting hairs.
Winter is coming.
I can
No.
see it as well. We could have that vibe as well. Yeah.
Sure. So yes, Brooke, and I'm with Tyson K-12. So I have to say I haven't been in the K-12 industry for very long. My first career was in TV, which is why I was excited to do this project. But I will say that I have been blown away by the passion and the dedication of all of the people who work in this industry. We say it all the time that you know, you are heroes, and they really are heroes, and never was that more realized than what's just happened over the course of this last few months. It's been amazing, and it's been humbling, and it's been an experience that I'm very blessed to be a part of. And so going to bed every night thinking that I worked really hard to try to feed more kids is the best feeling in the world.
You know it. You know it. Thank you so much, Norm.
Norm Perea, K-12 for Rich Products. I've been in K-12 since 2007. Interesting tidbit, I used to represent Tyson at one point in my life, Super Bakery, and Asian Food Solutions. So a couple of our partners here in my
Norm, you
past
get around.
K-12 life. So watching all the episodes, you know, hey, I sold that. Yeah, I sold that. I sold that. It was kind of funny. I guess the only thing I want to say, I guess I feel really lucky to call on K-12 and the customers. You know, I've been in corporate food. I've been in seafood and called on chefs and different, you know, kind of snooty people. But when you call on K-12, the doors open, you get to meet everyone in the kitchen, all the ladies, and it's the funnest call you can do, walking in the kitchen with everyone. And I can't say that in all my people I've called on K-12, I feel lucky because it's the best customer to call on. Everyone's so fun. And at the end of the day, we're all a common cause to help feed the kids. And I feel grateful to be able to be part of that. And, at the end of the day, feeling, hey, you know what? I did something great today. And all the people in the industry are some of the greatest people I get to work with. So I always tell my people, hey, I'm in K-12. I'm lucky. It's like, are you crazy? I said, yeah. I tell them every day, you don't know what it's like to work in K-12. It's so much fun. So if I can say anything, it's a great industry and the greatest people to work with. So
thank you for that. I bet our viewers now more than ever need to hear that they're in the right place, because I can tell you, boots on the ground, it's not easy right now. There's a lot of extra challenges. So to hear that you love working with us is fantastic. We've got Mike up next. Let us know, remind us where you're from, and we have two partners from this company. So we'll go from Mike to Willis. Oh,
Mike, you're muted.
Unmute, Mike.
Got it. I've only been doing this for 6 months. We're
all new.
It takes me a while to learn. I have to unmute myself. Hey, so I'm with LTI, and we're a manufacturer of those beautiful serving counters, and we also do interior decor and work with K-12 folks. I've been in this industry, I hate to say this, but it's over 50 years. I started at 8 years old working for my grandmother's boarding house, doing whatever I could, making toast, washing the silverware, and never left the industry in all sorts of capacities. It goes on and on. But I've been with LTI for 9 years this time, but I've been affiliated with them since 1997. So I love my job. I do some speaking, and when I do speaking about K-12, when I speak to K-12 folks, I will say the same thing that Brooke and Norm said. But what I really, really appreciate is that these folks really want to learn. They're super resourceful, and the reason they're resourceful is because they want to learn, and they learn, and they put that learning to use. Norm said he called on B&I and chefs, and there's nothing like calling on a food and beverage director at a hotel that knows everything. So before you walk in the door, he'll just tell you he knows everything, right? Sure. You have nothing to offer, even though I've been doing this for 50 years. But in K-12, people listen. They listen and they evaluate and they do their homework. They do their research. And it's just a great feeling when you call on them. And Willis, he's our education sales specialist, and he's the star of our video. So Willis, go ahead and say a few words and tell them what you do.
Sure. Thanks, Mike. So I've been with LTI for 12 years, and LTI has been around for 73 years. It's a family-owned company. It's a wonderful company to work for, but we've been working very hard to try to help food service operators with solutions during the COVID environment. And so if you're, struggling to figure out a way to serve food safely, try LTI. We've got some solutions that we've been working very hard for in this environment. And we really will do a good job for you. So check us out at LTI.
Thank you guys so much. Thank both of you. I'm going to save the First Taste TV crew for the end. So Bree, no offense there. I'm just going to skip you so we can save you for the end. And we're going to go to Melissa. Remind us who you represent and what are your closing thoughts?
Hey, yeah, thanks, Norm. I'm so proud and pleased to represent the American Egg Board and the Mushroom Council. In doing so, I represent our American farmers. They are truly the backbone and the future of our society and our nation. And I am so proud to be able to represent them and the products that we serve to schools. Both are nutritional powerhouses. They actually go well together. They're raised and growing across the United States. And both within Mushroom Council and the American Egg Board, We have websites that are full of materials on how to make, market, and menu eggs, how to utilize mushrooms on the move and in the program. And thank you so much, Sharon, Chef Sharon, for your latest recipe that is featured online as seen on Taste TV. A great pizza salad. Talk about a way to change up things, bring the flavors that the kids like, make it on the move, and sneak in even more nutritional powerhouses like mushrooms that kids will eat. And, you know, so kudos to you and everyone else out there that are really taking a hold of the change and continuing to serve healthy American raised farmer grown produce and eggs. And we thank you for that. And we acknowledge the huge change. And one of the things that, you know, this gives the opportunity is I wasn't able to talk at any trade shows. So, you know, all this sharing the new resources we have, the training videos from both of my clients, the new resources that we have to market your programs in this time of change. I mean, it was an incredible opportunity, but to do so and collaborate as well, because we're all doing the same thing. We're feeding our kids. And the more, as many things as we lost in this, the salad bars, the topping bars, the flavor stations, we're putting back those layers of flavors. We're finding ways to put those salads out there as entrees. We continue to evolve the evolution as it comes on. And I've never been a director. I know I speak like one a lot of times, but over 27 years of calling on y'all, I learned to do my job. And if I didn't know what you were doing, I couldn't share what we had, and I couldn't help create the resources today to help you menu and utilize great products from our American farmers. So thank you so much for that opportunity.
So real quick, as much as Melissa's always ragging on me, which I do love, it's funny, I just wanted to say thank you so much for teaching me not to rinse my mushrooms. I now brush them off properly like I should be doing. I had no idea until our episode that I was ruining my mushrooms. So thank you for teaching me that.
We don't want to soak the mushrooms or the eggs, you know, but yes, don't soak your mushrooms. Okay. I taught somebody.
Don't do it, Marlon. Don't do it.
And I said, seeing Norm grow up, mature, and see him on TV before I had to be on it. That was great. I loved it. I loved you together. It was great.
I think it's wonderful how through food shows and through working with different companies, you all have such a great relationship. The K-12 community goes beyond the school district that we work for, and it's really just a great community. Our next person, remind us who you work for and give us your closing thoughts. We've got Lindsay.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Hill. I wear two hats, actually. I'm a school nutrition director, so I've been in the industry for 14 years in that role as one of my day jobs. My other day job is I'm the co-founder of ManyLogic K-12. From the ManyLogic K-12 perspective, I just want to thank Marlon and Amanda and the SROC and the whole production team for the opportunity that, and Marlon for all of the encouragement. Thank you very much, because I was very nervous. But what an opportunity. One of the biggest challenges we have is that we're new to the industry nationally. And also we just have such a challenge explaining what ManyLogic is. It's not a difficult concept when you see it in such an awesomely, the way that we were able to show our product through First Taste TV was just such an awesome way to explain it to people. So now we have this living video that we can share with people that, kind of gives us a head start when we're talking to new customers about like, this is what it is and why you need it and why I use it and why other people use it. So we're just really appreciative of that and a really good opportunity. And then from the school nutrition director side, I just want to say thank you all for all of your support to those of us. We started school in my district 3 weeks ago today. So if I look tired, that's why. Yeah. We're 3 weeks in, and I'm really proud of our district and our administration and our parents and especially our students and especially my staff. It's been really challenging, but we're doing good. So we're here, and that's great. So anyway, and it was really nice working with all of you, and thank you again.
Thank you for wearing both hats. We love that. We have Allison Powers. Remind us who you work for and tell us what your closing thoughts are.
Great. Hey, everyone. Thanks again. This was a really great opportunity to recap First Taste TV. I'm with JTM Food Group. I'm a registered dietitian, and I've been a practicing dietitian for over a decade. And 4 of those years, I was an assistant food service director and menu planner at a school district. And that was prior to entering into the food manufacturing world. And that is just invaluable information to have to understand what all the food service directors are dealing with on a daily basis, and to be able to provide some really nice solutions. And I'm just so blessed to work for a company that really values registered dietitians and the expertise that we have. Plus the collaboration in the industry across the board has been phenomenal. And I will tell you, from an extrovert standpoint, COVID has been tough. And without First Taste TV, we had no outlet to get in front of our customers and collaborate with our industry partners. And so it was really the solution that we needed over the summer, because we were missing you guys so much. So thank you so much for everything that everyone's doing in this room and then across the K-12 nation.
Absolutely. We've got the now famous through First Taste TV, if not already famous, Lincoln Lee on the line. Lincoln, tell us, what company do you work for and what are your closing thoughts?
I'm the co-founder of Asian Food Solutions in Comida Vida. First Taste TV, when I first engaged the thought about, partnering with you guys, and I was thinking, man, this is a really tremendous opportunity to participate in something groundbreaking. And particularly, the timing itself was just happened to be perfect, for the industry, because, we're all going on lockdown, everything was Zoom calls, and how would we engage our industry with all of our trade shows being canceled? How do we show and demonstrate our products to the industry with everything being shut down? And so I felt that First Taste TV really provided a really new solution to the industry to communicate maybe new things, new ideas, and certainly new products. And you guys did it. Not only had a tremendous business model going into it, you had a tremendous team around you. I really appreciate everybody from production to ideation to marketing to all the little assistants too. I think it was much appreciated, and certainly I got a lot out of that too. And I certainly want to wish you guys the most success in your endeavors as you guys kind of embark on season 2.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that support. And speaking of support, we've got SROC on the line. We have Kevin Wilson and Sharon, the other Sharon. That was a little. And we also have our First Taste TV team. Say that one 10 times fast, folks. We want to thank everybody for watching our Aftertaste First Taste TV episode. We hope that you've enjoyed it. If you missed an episode of First Taste TV, don't forget that you can binge that this weekend, next weekend with staff. And what's amazing is you're going to be able to earn your CEU credits, not only by watching First Taste TV, but by listening and following up with the ICN tip of the day. So if missing that conference opportunity left a little bit of a gap for training, let First Taste TV fill that in for you. Thank you guys so much. Marlon, Amanda, can we have a final goodbye from you guys?
So I don't want to ruin that amazing closing, because like everything you did, that was amazing. But I have to give a special shout out to Melissa Mayer. So I know she doesn't want to, and we forced her to come on here, to come on the Zoom meeting, but we want to say a special thank you to Melissa for supporting our team. So she is our graphic designer. She works with Bree very closely, and she does all the amazing things that make us look good. So Melissa, thank you so much. And then we also have Steve Shockley back on the line, popping in at the last minute, no surprise. Steve is from John Sills ProView Chicken, and he was part of our our launch episode, the premiere episode. Steve, real quick, say who you are, what you do. Say who you are, what you do.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes. I can hear you now.
Okay, good. Sorry, I just got through with a golf tournament, and so that was good. I got second place, so no complaints.
All right.
But yeah, I'm Steve Shockley. I work for John Souls Foods, selling chicken in K-12, and had a great experience with First Taste TV.
And I can't wait to see the bloopers because there's one portion where and like I absolutely lose it while we're filming. So I can't wait till that comes out. We had a good time with Steve.
Thank you all so much for joining us. And I'm so glad that we got to have Melissa and Steve jump on at the end, and I'm so glad that we got to have the rest of you the entire time. This has been fantastic. Stay tuned for season 2 of First Taste TV. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.